Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Wade and Carter Show. Ash, Brent Arena says no sound, but I don't know why that would be the case. So
There's
it's
sound.
good here, so
There's
I
sound.
think we're
Rena.
good. I think we're good. Maybe it's just the music.
Maybe she meant no content,
Maybe.
no quality.
Justin Glass, Bobby Leister Arena on the podium this morning.
There's my buddy Mark
Yep.
Kurtz.
Somebody give us a thumbs up if you can hear us. Make sure
There she
we're where
goes.
we
She
need
got
to be.
it
Yep.
now.
All right. Yep. Good. Pete Strauss, good morning.
I saw
Heather
Pete Strauss
Stewart.
yesterday.
Tammy Keeling, Jordan Glass, Andrew Alvarez, Stephanie Connie.
You know the
Everybody's
great
starting to
thing
check
about
in.
seeing Pete Strauss?
What's that?
You usually get to see Lori Strauss. She's
There
a
is that.
sweetheart. They're taking off for Prague.
Are they really?
Pete Strauss, yeah.
I've heard great things about Prague. It's
I don't know
a
anything
completely
about Prague.
different city. My mom was there in '89, I think.
Is that before she
88 or
defected?
89. After.
Okay. They let her
And-
go back.
Huh?
In the Czech Republic, they let her go back.
Yeah, believe it or not. She was not born there. My grandmother's and great grandmother's.
It's only an
But-
hour show. We can't go
Yeah.
through your
No, I
entire
know.
Russian / pseudo-communist
Yeah.
lineage.
Iron. The Soviet bloc.
Your Iron Curtain
Iron
lineage.
Curtain lineage.
Hi,
Anyway,
John Anderson.
she commented, and I've heard things from others who've been there since, but a very dull, drab,
Gray City.
city
Yes, that's what I'd always
where
heard.
the people never smiled. They had no pride in anything.
And then Mary
because-
Tyler Moore showed up.
Yeah. And then the Iron Curtain fell, and all of a sudden, Prague becomes a beautiful world-class city.
She walked into that big square and threw her beanie in the air, and everybody started wearing bright colors and smiling. The Wade and Carter weather brought to you by the great folks at AT Deerland Feed. For everything you need, there's Deerland Feed. 65% chance of rain here in River City, Victoria, Texas. 49 heading to a high today of only 66. I don't see the rain. It says there's rain, and then you scroll all the way, and at 5 o'clock,
Yeah, it starts
from
falling
5
tonight.
o'clock on is when it's supposed to rain.
Good morning, cousin. Jarrett McCrugan checking in. Cody Bauman, Scott Tomko, Monty Howard,
Great group of folks. Good morning, Cody Bauman.
John Anderson, Micah Patton, BJ Nelson says she's heading to training.
Yeah, White Trash has great leadership. Go today to brandus.com or the Brand Us page on Facebook, and you'll see the work of Cody Bauman, who does so much as Commander Cody. That's the role he plays here, Commander Cody. Out of respect, we'll show you that there's the Cody Cam. Cody's gone. There's just a big black hole
screen.
over there.
Yep.
Yeah. That's it. Welcome, everybody, on the No Bull Network. Calhoun, DeWitt, Goliad, Gonzalez, Carnes, all you folks.
Yeah, we're glad you're here. KTMV TV in Corpus.
What a group. What an opportunity for us to share the gospel of truth with you folks. We're not afraid. We're not ashamed. We're not scared. I don't know what we're going to talk about today, but it doesn't really matter because the theme is always the same. We'll find out what's important. We'll share it with you. And I'll wear a puffy vest once in a while. Are these things still in style? Were they ever actually in style? Or
I
were
think
they
in the
just cheap to
70s
make?
or 80s. I don't know.
70s or 80s?
They were warm. I know that because they
Thanks
were
for your
actually
help.
filled with down.
Well, you're a Canadian. I mean, this is different. This is probably filled with like oatmeal.
Yeah.
You know, it's South Texas. This is like a man's version of Uggs.
Cream of wheat.
Cream of wheat.
It's not even the oatmeal.
Which is better?
Oh, oatmeal.
Okay.
If
What
you
about
gotta eat
grits?
it-
Are you a grits
No,
guy?
Can't do grits. Grits is like hot cream of wheat.
Okay.
That's
fair.
my comparison.
But isn't it great? Can you imagine, like, picture cheese grits, or I've seen shrimp and grits.
The
It's like,
cheesy or the grits, they're better because then you don't realize you're eating grits.
see, I agree. It's just a bonding agent.
Yeah, it's the texture and the blandness of grits that I just can't do. But
Well, don't you
throw
add a little salt and
throw some
pepper to
good-
your grits?
It
And
still doesn't.
but I think you're right. I think it's
It's like eating mashed potatoes with nothing in it but just mashed potatoes.
well, it's kind of like when you go
Kinda,
dove hunting. You breast out the dove. You are so careful. You cut the jalapeno in half, and you put the cream cheese, and you wrap it in bacon. You slow cook it, and then you pick it up and you thump the dove out, and you eat the jalapeno popper.
You don't eat the drumsticks off the dove?
Oh my goodness!
It's like frog
I've
legs.
watched old men like pluck and love them. I just stick my thumb in there, pop it right out, skin it, and throw it in the in the cooler.
Yeah, we're going to get to that, Scott Tomko, in a little bit. Special election.
Important election. Very important election.
And here's how it's being spun by the leftist media this morning. Ooh, Republicans barely hold on to it. It was a 9-point win.
Well, they're saying that because Trump won Tennessee by like 20, 22
Yeah, but Trump
points.
isn't that House district. That's Nashville. You got a bunch of freaking idiots in Nashville
That's true.
who think, like, the goof that he was running against. There's video of her throwing herself on the floor crying
Yeah.
because she didn't get her way.
She said also, one of the brilliant things that she said that helped so much in her campaign was she said, "I hate Nashville." And I don't know if she was talking like metaphorically.
Oh, no,
like,
no. She hates everything it stands for these days. The partying, the
It's a
the
tourist
low
destination.
employment, the bridal party, she said, all of that stuff.
Is that where all the brides are going now for their
Yeah,
bachelorette party?
a lot of them. I
They
mean,
can go from bar to bar to bar and maybe see
Yeah.
Luke Bryan.
unemployment in
Skinny Jeans.
Nashville is lower than the state. It's low. It's one of the lowest city unemployment rates in the country. Average wages are up high. What people don't understand, I've never been to Nashville, but listening to all this stuff, Broadway's like three blocks. That's it.
Yeah.
And Music Row at one point was like a bunch of houses where they just all kind of hung out and wrote. And then the record companies decided, well, if the writers are here, we need to be over here. So then they bought all the property and started building their company.
Scott Tomko adds, it's also cold and right after Thanksgiving. It's a December 2nd election. That's a little bit.
They had 37% of people show up for a special election after November. That's pretty impressive, to be honest.
Wow, Ricky King says she hates country music and Nashville, and she hates everything about Nashville. Well, how are you going to represent Tennesseans?
And then she started walking it back. Well, and she tried to lump everybody. Well, everybody hates all that stuff. Well, you know what?
No, we don't.
You don't hate it. You tolerate it. If you don't like the rowdiness, you stay away from Broadway in Nashville.
Like you said, it's a 3-block area.
You know, you got the Bridgestone Center on one end, which has concerts and pro hockey. You got the Titans down there as well playing football.
Yeah,
I mean, Nashville's doing great things,
no doubt.
and she hates it. Why? Because it's evident that the business entrepreneurial spirit
Works.
works.
Yeah.
And they're not getting the writers aren't getting subsidies to sit on the street and pen music because nobody will hire them, and they're not good enough to actually get their music bought by somebody.
And guess what? Nobody's guaranteeing them a living wage
No.
to sit and write music either. If it, you don't need but one George Strait hit and you're doing okay. But George isn't putting out a lot of new albums.
So, but she lost. Hopefully she'll go away.
We need to get our man Alan Shamblin on the radio again. He lives in Franklin, Tennessee, which is where all the rich people live. The people whose songs have been picked up by Garth Brooks live in
the people
Franklin.
that used to be on Music Row.
Yeah, and the people that sing, Alan Jackson lives in Franklin, Faith Hill and what's his name?
Cody Johnson, Tim McGraw. Yeah,
they
Cody
live in
Johnson
Franklin.
fans. There was a song on one of his recent albums, "Always Wanted To," I think was the name of it. That was written by Alan Shamblin. Great song.
Is that right, Scott? She's a UT grad, University of Tennessee or
Yeah.
University of Texas?
I don't know.
Probably University of Tennessee.
Whatever she is, hopefully she goes back to her irrelevancy. But the media, it's only a 9-point win. I mean, you know what? That's almost a
decisive.
landslide.
It is. Trump just so dominated that area. I listened to a gentleman this morning. His last name is Watley. It was not Bobcat Watley.
Michael Watley,
And
chair of the
he's-
RNC.
And he's running for the Senate in North Carolina, filed yesterday. And Michael Watley said that North Carolina is divided as follows: 30% Democrat, registered, 30% that say they're Democrats, 30% that say they are Republican, and 40% that say they're undeclared, which is, he said, that's our version of an independent. And he said there's obviously left-leaning undeclared and right-leaning undeclared. He goes, and you simply must capture, half that vote to have a chance. That's interesting.
Yeah. See, this is what's interesting. The Tennessean, and I'm pretty sure they're probably left-leaning.
They're a newspaper.
Yeah.
Chances are they are.
The narrow margin could be a warning sign for Republicans less than a year before the 2026 midterms.
Boy, I don't agree.
Van
There it
Epps.
is. See,
Yeah.
Unofficial final vote tallies show Van Epps with a lead of 9 percentage points in the district. Trump won by 22. He's
It's
not.
a different election.
That's right. And he's not Donald Trump. I mean, Trump dominated Tennessee.
You know, I've been trying to find, what's her name? I don't even know her name. Idiot. But she was trying to win a seat by basically saying she's the AOC of Nashville or something like that. I mean, come on, really?
That's
if you think
great.
if that's, yeah, you know, and I don't know,
What's her
Afton
name?
Bain,
Afton,
yeah,
AFTYN. Sure, that's not an acronym.
no, and the DNC there is like, well, her overperformance, they called her election results.
She outperformed every
historic.
Democrat. It's a quality loss. She has a quality loss under her belt. It's like Texas losing to Ohio State. It's okay.
Yeah,
Still an L.
yeah. Democrats are all gas and no brakes as we head into next year.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, it just says the fact that Republicans spent $6 million to hang on to this seat. You know, that's silly talk.
I mean, he had almost 100,000 votes. She had 80. I mean, come on.
There's me. That's
There's
me.
you.
That's me, John Thorpe.
It's just that's ridiculous.
What do you make of
I was trying to see what that
Wesley
seat
Hunt? Does he
for.
have a chance? All I'm hearing is who's going to be the guy. You know, Cornyn or Paxton. What about Wesley Hunt? 44 years old, African American guy, black guy. He's not African American. He's black. Black American. I think he's a
Republican?
military veteran.
Yep.
Handsome guy. Well dressed. I like the jacket.
Current congressman, I think.
I don't know. Is he? He's a United States state.
Yep.
He's a rep.
119th congressional district. So yeah, there you go.
Well, he's clearly a politician. He knows what he's doing. He's conservative. To be honest, he's probably a better candidate for the Senate than Paxton. Doesn't have a lot of baggage, and he's used to how things work in D.C. Paxton just is capitalizing on the fact that everybody with any sense is tired of John Cornyn. Interesting. Do you see where our buddy Dwayne Stovall? We can go back 5 years, maybe more. Ash and I championed a guy named Dwayne Stovall, who was a constitutionalist, no nonsense guy. What was he running for at that time?
He was running against Cornyn.
He was running against Cornyn. He was just ahead of his time. He's now running to go to Congress and represent his district. We liked Dwayne Stovall. Good guy.
Here's how you know Wesley Hunt might be on the right track, because apparently some of the GOP leaders in D.C. are trying to encourage Hunt to drop out of the race, according to a CNN Politics story. Cornyn, I think, is behind in all the primary polls, but again, can we really trust the polls?
See if this phone will ring. I don't care if we wake him up.
Yeah, he's over.
Yeah, it's not on there? Hang on. Well, let me connect. I don't care if we wake the guy up. He's running for office, right? He should be available 24/7.
Call him yet?
No, I'm going to call him right now.
So see what our listeners are saying on this. Andrew Alvarez says he thinks it's going to be
Push it
Paxton.
up, see if it rings. There we go. This is impromptu.
He's going to send you straight to voicemail.
He
I don't-
might.
I don't want your darn
He might send me to.
extended
No.
warranty.
This is Dwayne.
Hey, you know what?
Leave me a message or send me a text, and I'll get back to you.
Send him a text, and he'll get back to us quickly. That's what he just said.
All right, I'll send him a text.
See you.
What do I just tell him? Call us.
Yeah. Tell him it's a show. We want to talk to him.
Yeah, I'll do it right now. What else you got?
I'm just trying to see if anybody else commented on what's going on. How many of you think Wesley Hunt can win that race? I think Cornyn's days are done. I think it'll be a Hunt-Paxton runoff after the primary.
What's the voting on that? Is it 50% plus one to avoid the runoff?
Yeah, you got to at least have 50. But 3 of them in the race, I think it'll be. The Bush Republicans will be all over Cornyn. If there's enough.
Is there such a thing? I mean, in the same breath that we say a MAGA Republican, is there such a thing as a Bush Republican? I mean, do any of you really, aside from what I thought was a really good job in the way he handled 9/11, did George W. Bush do anything of any, any substance as president? Honestly, I voted for him twice. I voted for him at least 3 times for governor. But did he do anything that makes you say, thank goodness we had George W. Bush? Now, it's a knee-jerk reaction if you're a conservative to say he was our president and he was better than whoever he ran against. Can't even remember anymore who he ran against. But
Bush? Dukakis, didn't he?
Oh, that guy. So I agree with Callie Fromme. She said that his baggage aside, Ken Paxton has done some really great work on behalf of Texans.
I agree.
That he has been a great, great attorney general. There's folks that want it. There's a handful of folks that want it, like right now. Some are in the one that everybody thought would go for it would be Mitch Little, but Mitch was a freshman representative last year and did not elect to go that direction.
See what where Stovall's running. So if he does call back, we have a little bit.
At least something. Know something about the guy. He's out in East Texas somewhere. But I don't understand when I look back at I mean, looking back, people get mad at Trump for blowing up, drug boats. But they're not mad at Bush for starting a war based on weapons of mass destruction that didn't exist.
Oh, there we go. Al Gore and then John Kerry. Thanks, Greg.
There you go.
Fact
Solid.
checker.
Thank you,
I
Greg.
forgot that's how irrelevant Al Gore is.
Al Gore flying around in a private jet talking about, and claims to be a Tennessean, wears boots everywhere he goes. That guy hadn't been out of the Beltway in 20 years.
No, absolutely not.
That guy's a clown.
So
Al Gore's an opportunist.
So Stovall's running for Congressional District 9, which is Al Green's current district and covers a little bit of the southwestern portion of Greater Houston.
He says the district has an unusually large connection to the trucking industry. That probably involves
Ports?
logging, too.
No, that's the Fresno. It's in between Sugarland and Pearland, that kind of area.
he's
and
down there?
and into that. That's what it says.
Why did I have him living like out in
I
Liberty
thought
or
s-
somewhere?
No, I don't know. I do not know.
Carpetbagger. We'll straighten him out. Let's see what he says he's going to do. I'm going to hold a monthly meeting in the district. How can we know anything of any substance about the behavior of the federal government? How can we know we're being heard? So that's one thing. Erase the deep state. Too many in D.C. think they are above review. No job in government is an entitlement, okay? Amend the requirements to hold office. I'll put forward an amendment to the Constitution to modify the language in Article 2.2, and been 7 years a citizen of the United States to reflect the same requirements as a president.
So
No-
basically, he will say that he will put forth
He'll
An
get rid of
amendment.
Ilhan Omar is what he's saying he'll do.
no person except a natural-born citizen of the U.S.
To clarify. I don't know if I buy that or not. I mean, I think we'd be in better
It's a problem.
shape.
It's a problem when somebody like Ilhan Omar. Let's just get right to this too with her, right? All the stuff that's going on in Minnesota and the Somali enclaves that are in the middle of all that fraud, billions of dollars. How much of it got back to her?
Right.
I mean, let's be honest here. I mean, how can anybody, why are they not trying to see if there's any connection there?
Our own Andrew Alvarez says, I ran in District 9 against Al Green before he had some health issues. He says, it's a woods district. I can drive down Highway 6 and leave and enter the district 5 times. So it's just got these little carve-outs. It's probably based along racial or socioeconomic lines. I don't know why they don't just say, these people vote here. I guess because the country's still, roughly, pick a number, 60% white. And if you're not careful, every district will be white people. But Lord knows all of our Democrat idiots in this town are all white, old white women. Right?
With no jobs.
Old white women and cuck husbands that just follow them around. There's no real Democrat leadership on the male side in our community. I don't
think there's any real Democrat leadership in our community.
Emmett Alvarez is tired. Ron Reyna's old. Who's left?
He was unelectable.
Well, so who's there? There's no real Democratic leadership in our community. Found out that Jewel Buchanan is actually
The chair now?
the chair. I mean, that's more like a stool, and maybe a stool from like a Labrador. I'm just not buying it. No viability. Then when they lost Woodrow Wilson Wagner, a man named after presidents.
Democrat president.
Wow, that's a killer. He had name recognition. WWW. He's W3. Come on.
They were all for him. Have you noticed the Democrats are walking away from him? They loved what he did for, the government, his growth of the government. But now all this, he was a racist, so they're trying to walk back from that a little bit.
Yeah, until you say that, I mean, heaven forbid, no pun intended, that Woodrow Wilson Wagner expressed his conscience that in our community, the national Democrat agenda, and in your community, certainly in all these rural counties that we're looking at, you may believe that the Democrats are better on opportunity, or the Democrats are better on, we've got to take care of the poor. But with the Democrats, with that noble thing out front comes wholesale abortion, open borders, acquiescence to the mentally ill. It's like, oh no, if you're a LBGTQ
You think-
butterfly, we need to get you your own bathroom.
You want to jump a mop-handled horse head and call it equestrian, and you think you're a horse,
Right.
but we've got to acquiesce to you?
Yeah, that's
Here's the crazier
that's
thing
why
watching
they're
those
lost.
videos. Aussie Man did a review of that stuff, by the way, and I caught it. What amazed me more is people can jump. I'm going to give them that. They've got some pretty good jumping skills.
Yeah. Oh, well, they jump over. They do like dressage. They run around. They jump over.
They're
No,
doing
it's not
equestrian
dressage.
stuff.
What do you call
Equestrian.
it? Equestrian. They're jumping over the hurdles. People are retarded.
They are.
Sorry.
They've got.
And I apologize to anybody with special
mental.
needs. I
They're
didn't
crazy. Let's put it that way. They're crazy. They think
they're
they're a
crazy.
horse. But who's crazier? The people that think they're a horse, who actually have some pretty
Or the
impressive
people
jumping
that
skills.
go
The
and
people
watch them.
watching. And
Is
they
that
probably
family
paid
and
to go
friends?
do it.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy, man. And we tolerate it. And if you don't think it's crazy, you've been conditioned.
And
by
if you
the
call
machine.
it crazy, the world comes after you for calling out the crazy. They'll try to dox you. They'll try to erase you.
They've
They'll try
already-
to destroy your life and your career because you can recognize crazy and everybody else just wants to play along with it.
They've already done that to us. It's over. That's over. We're undoxable now.
I will say this. Maybe these people should learn to shoot a basketball
They've got ups.
or high jumping. They could get up.
Horses don't high jump.
They do in equestrian.
Now you're discriminating. But that is the baggage that the National Democrat Party brings in. You'll find some guy over in Gonzales that lives on land that his grandparents had and worked and farmed, and he's always believed because of LBJ brought electricity to Goliad County. He's always believed in being a Democrat. It was LBJ that helped us out. That guy looks in the mirror and goes, I'm not making my hair purple. And my son better not show up in a skirt. And that guy votes Republican now.
Greg Garcia says, you know, it's bad when the Dems in Victoria set up an information table and only 1 or 2 people showed up.
Yeah. Yeah, no, there's no doubt. There's just no demand for that national If you scaled back, Woodrow Wilson Wagner always said, my job is to win elections. And you can't win. You need to say, for example, I'm all about Donald Trump's economic policies, but I wish he wouldn't say that Somalians are terrible, dirty, trashy people. That's okay. You're still a Republican. But the Democrats, we've talked about this for years on this program. When they're in, they're all in. I mean,
But it's okay for them to go, you white people are dirty, trashy, white trash.
Oh, absolutely. But if you're a Episcopalian minister who happens to hang a pride flag in your church, idiot, then all of a sudden you've got all these folks showing up with all their baggage and the body parts on their heads and riding bicycles naked in town. And those are Democrats. That's who they are.
Everybody else gets arrested for indecent exposure.
Not the Democrats. That's art. It's art.
You need to take a break.
Wow, need a breather. Went Services, folks. Went for all your electrical needs, period. I don't know what else to tell you. It's cold. Can you imagine if you didn't have a heater at your house? We haven't turned ours on yet, but you might need one soon. Electricity goes out, Generac. American-made Generac. Turnkey installation from Went Services. Chesapeake Furniture. Curl up on your beautiful leather furniture. You can get all types of
Accoutrement.
from
Chesapeake.
Chesapeake. Love Make Your House a Home. Get in and see why you just always do better at Chesapeake.
Always.
Parvita Wellness. By the way, Erica Briggs just the other day told me she's hiring. She needs someone to be over the packaging operation at Parvita Wellness and somebody to go and kind of be like a traveling manager for the Vita Cafe.
And our condolences to the family and to the folks
Yes,
at Parvita
a
because
valued
their
employee
production
passed.
survey passed in a tragic car accident.
And that's why there's an opening. And Erica said, come find her. Parvita Wellness. Go by, leave your name and number. She said, look, the position pays well and the opportunity is large. You can help design your future and you're doing good things for good people. Great food, friendly atmosphere. You can spend some time at the Vita Cafe. You spend some time doing the packaging at Parvita Wellness.
I went into Parvita the other day and I was looking for something. Erica comes out of the back in the kitchen where she's cooking.
Yeah, covered in flour. She always wears black. She'll come up with flour all over. White Trash Services and White Trash Site Services, 550-1826. If you're in any of the Noble Network counties, White Trash Services can be your trash collection agent. Reach
Karnes
out
County,
to them.
Frio, B, they're all.
I've seen a sign that they put up in Karnes County. They advertise over there with like one billboard, and they're just growing hand over fist because they do such great work. Reach out to them. And the chopping block this week, it's Wacky Wing Wednesday.
It is.
So get in today.
Texas Barbecue Boudin.
Oh, yeah.
And
they also do
$17.99.
barbacoa boudin when it's available.
When it's available.
I had a
Tomorrow,
bite
I think
the other day.
Thursdays, I think. What?
I had a bite the other day.
Yeah,
I
just a
was
bite.
in.
That's all you got?
That's all I got. It was $18.50, but it was great. No, you chopping block.
Yep. Get in there now for all your Christmas meat orders. If you're looking for prime rib for Christmas Day or Christmas Eve, give them a call. They'll handle your prime rib. Give us a call, 361-894-4020 if anything's on your mind. If you're out and listening to us on the Noble Network, driving around South Texas, you got something on your mind, give us a call.
Love to get a call from outside the Magic 95.9 viewer listener area. We also love our friends at Magic 95.9. All of you, it's a largely Hispanic listening base, and they have built this show.
Anybody listen on the radio, anybody, give us a call,
Yeah.
361-894-4020. Anything on your mind, ask us anything. Tell us what's on your mind, and we might chime in, we might not.
I like that. Ask us anything.
Do we go here?
Um,
Do we go here? See if
What
I
are they
can.
talking about?
I'm trying to get. I opened this up and started reading it yesterday. It was interesting.
Anytime an article starts off FDA cover up, that makes you concerned.
Well, and here's the thing: Nicholas Hulsher, who writes on Substack, said an internal FDA memo written by Dr. Vinay Prasad was leaked to the press and confirmed something that many in the wake of COVID have said.
Yep.
That the mRNA vaccines have been injuring people. And according to this memo, the FDA has officially acknowledged that there are 10 pediatric deaths linked to the COVID-19 mRNA injections.
Now, my only problem with that is if I were a big pro COVID injection person, is that there's 10 people. I mean, 10 people could be, right, exactly. I mean, the photo is somewhat accurate. There's millions of other vaccine deaths, but they found 10 child deaths. The fact is, I've read stories that the vaccine, some people didn't know what was in it. Some people didn't know the medium. I was told it had microplastics in it. That's a big buzzword these days, microplastics. They talk about if you're using a cutting board and that you're getting microplastics.
But here's what Elsie goes on. Here's what Elsie.
I passed those. I just passed the micro.
Here's what Elsie goes on to say. The McCullough Foundation reviewed autopsy papers. And in their 2 systematic reviews of the autopsies following COVID-19 vaccination, they found hundreds of confirmed vaccine deaths
that were already documented in peer-reviewed literature, some of which included small children. There's just no getting around. I have a problem with people that want to say, oh, you don't like the COVID vaccine? Well, look, there's no mumps, there's no measles, there's no more polio. Vaccines work. Well, effective vaccines do work, right? Effective vaccines do work. But untested,
rush to market.
Yeah, they don't work. Peter McNally says, do you think Secretary Hegseth will resign? 2 days ago, I might have said potentially. Now I say no. It's been mentioned. Number one, Peter says in 2016, he mentioned how war crimes should be punished to the full extent. You have to be at war to commit war crimes. You can commit crimes against humanity. These people are designated. They have been designated by the White House to be a terroristic threat. Eliminating the threat is not a war crime nor a crime against humanity. Question asked, question answered.
It's interesting the
He won't
perspective
resign.
because when Obama was busy dropping drone bombs on everybody, killing
questioned
people,
anything. Nobody questioned
without any concern for collateral damage, deaths of other people, the left was nowhere to be found questioning any of it. They applauded it. Oh, we're doing our best to fight ISIS.
So Pete Hegseth will not resign in the wake of alleged crimes against humanity, in part because high-ranking military personnel have refuted that actually happened, and because at the end of the day, the Trump administration covered all their bases by designated Venezuelan drug dealers as terroristic threats, and the ability to eliminate the threat is real. So there you go. Yeah. 2 reasons why Pete Hegseth will not resign, nor is he guilty of war crimes.
Let's get on to something a little more positive. Michael and Susan Dell yesterday, $6.25 billion pledge. Because many people may remember, and it was brought to light that, under the One Big Beautiful Bill, there's a bunch of Trump accounts being set up for kids that are born, I think, between January 1 of 25 and the end of 2028, right? But older kids were kind of left out of that. Well, the Dells said, hey, you know what? Here's $6.25 billion that we think will help as many as 25 million American children open up these newly created investment accounts that grow tax deferred. And I think when you hit 20, you can, I think they're seated with $1,000 for the kids that get in at birth. And they get tax deferred. When they're 20, they can use the money for things like pay for school, buy a home, start a business. There's things like that. And I believe there's no tax implications for doing those things. If you
Right.
pulled it out to buy a car, you're going to get taxed on it, or you can then roll it over into IRAs for your retirement. That's sort of the layman's, my quick understanding of how it works. So the Dells said, you know what? There's a bunch of kids that are age 10 and under that are going to fall out of this, and according to analysts, the 6.25 billion, B with a B, billion with a B, that the Dells have pledged will help about 80% of kids 10 and under who are in this Americans.
Across 75% of all the country's zip codes.
Yeah. And the Dells say if there's still money left over after the initial sign-up period and you're older than 10,
Trump can have it.
yeah. No, but kids older than 10 could benefit if there's still some money left over. They'll let them get in on it too.
So if you divide 6.25 billion by
I think it's
$1,000, it's 6.25 million. And
I think this will be about $250 a kid. It's I mean
Yeah.
better than nothing. That'll grow tax and invested in
in our country right now, it should probably double about every 5 to 6 years. For sure, it would double every 7 years, but say 5 to 6 years. So if you got a kid under the age of 10, by the time he's, 25, it's gone from 250 to 500, 500 to 1,000, 1,000 to 2,000.
Yeah, they're saying that $1,000 have never touched with the markets do what the markets have done. By the time that kid's 20, will be worth about $8,000. The nice thing about the Trump accounts, employers can contribute to them. People can contribute to them. Family members. Up to $5,000 a year in addition to that $1,000.
Yeah.
Instead of giving the kid $100 on their birthday to just blow,
Put it into that account.
give him
let it
25
grow.
and throw 75 in there, or give him $100 in that account, then give him another 25 to blow it somewhere else. That's
Absolutely.
how you help that kid.
And you do it without telling them, and the next thing you know, they go. By the way,
Yeah.
great opportunity to tie into that. First State Bank of Louise inviting you to come open a free savings or a free checking account for your children. So come on. There's Pat Matula checking in. Got to get Pat back in here and see how that show went out at Inez. Melissa Hanson says she agrees on the COVID vaccine. Andrew Alvarez says that Obama bombed an American citizen and nobody's saying anything about it.
Nobody said anything about it then.
Yeah. Greg Garcia confirms the term war crimes does not apply. They are well within the guidelines of military code and international law. Why is it so difficult to say to somebody, if you are approaching our border in a boat, in a truck, on foot, and you're carrying a bunch of drugs, we're going to kill you? I just don't have a problem with that.
Ed Stewart says killing bad guys is not a crime. They're bad guys.
That's exactly right.
But see, it's perfectly fine for the left to let them come here, sell their fentanyl-laced products to kill Americans. I think 40,000 the last year, as many as 100,000 early in the Biden
Or
years.
come across our porous border back then and then go kill National Guards people. The lady that died was 20 years old. She had been confirmed the day before. So we'll see. See, I disagree. Lister says Trump accounts will be like Trump phones with a $2,000 check for everyone. I'm still not going to be surprised if you get a check. I don't know when that'll happen. Second thing is, if Michael Dell's name's on it, that there'll be accountability. That money will go where it's supposed to go. At least Joe Biden didn't take it from me to fund the accounts. Much like the ballroom, Michael Dell made a donation. People believe in what Donald Trump is doing with the economy. Unemployment is going down. Prices are coming down.
Well, here's what's going to happen, right? The $1,000 seed money for these kids, it's not going to be enough to the left. It's something, but it won't be enough.
Tax
That'll be
the
that'll be
rich.
the next thing.
Tax the rich.
Well, the Republicans hate kids. They're not giving them $10,000 each.
Right.
Because
That's
they're
not
always-
a living wage.
They're always benevolent with somebody else's money. The beauty of this thing is you can throw $5,000 in there a year. on top of that $1,000 seed money to get it going.
Yeah.
I've never understood why I get taxed, or I can only put, $7,000 into my IRA with my tax dollar, in some cases post-tax dollars, in some cases pre-tax dollars, or tax deferred, but whatever.
Yeah.
Why does the government limit how much I want to put away for my retirement? It makes no sense.
Micah Patton stirring the pot. You just can't put it in that account. 4 more years, Trump 28.
No, you got to put it in an interest-bearing account so they can tax the interest.
That's right. Stephanie Connie says over 400,000 during Biden's 4 years died from those drugs. And that's the thing to me. Do you remember when there were perfectly healthy athletes? It seemed in some regard that the more healthy you were, if you prophylactically took the COVID vaccine to prevent, then all of a sudden you ended up having an enlarged heart. Perfectly healthy athletes, soccer players, kids that run all the time, dropping dead. Peter McNally says to Zed Stewart, we don't shoot the wounded. There's no evidence. I can take you back to that article. Pete Hex has said, I saw the boat get zapped. I didn't stay for any follow-up rounds. They're not wounded. They're a terroristic threat, and they were perfectly legally eliminated. So this is
but
not,
the funny
this is
thing
not a
is,
charity run.
but you know what the funny thing is? Our enemies will shoot the wounded.
Yeah, it's time
Look
we
at-
play
look
by
at-
the, by
look
the
at-
same rules.
Look at well-decorated veteran Roy Benavidez. I mean, the guy, they thought he was dead. They zipped him up in a body bag. He spit in the doctor's face.
Priest face.
Priest face? Was it priest face?
Getting
Thank
last
you.
rites, and he said the only thing I could do, no, my body would not move, so I spit blood on the priest. Said the priest very calmly said, "We have a live one."
Our
here."
enemies don't care about these rules. The only ones that care about these rules, those who aren't in harm's way, who aren't trying to keep harm from being done to Americans. Those are the only ones that really care about the rules.
Let's just
in
follow
this
through what
case.
you're going to do. You're 11 miles off the coast of, Florida, and you perfectly legal within your rights. By the way, you've told them you were going to do it, and you know for a fact through your intelligence sources that this boat is full of drugs. And so you bomb the boat, and you see 2 of the boat drivers, let's just say they were there, clinging to the wreckage. Does the left suggest that we launch the Coast Guard and go and rescue them, bring them to the hospital, heal them up, and then deport them? I say you make one more strafing run, end them, and you're done with it.
The
You
funny thing
eliminate the threat.
if that's a deer on the side of the road that's suffering, boom.
But again,
Somebody will put it out of its misery. You got 2 people flailing away, maybe, or allegedly in the middle of the ocean.
but we have our selective leftist in the form of Tammy Keeling. No mention ever of Obama and the collateral damage with his drones, or the fact that he killed an American with one of his drones. In war, bad things happen. Now, you don't want to
This
have
isn't war.
right, but we are at war, but we're doing it in such a way that Trump says, "Hey, there you go. I'm not declaring war on Venezuela yet." By the way,
It's obviously not much of a deterrent because they keep coming.
yeah, they're stupid. 15,000 troops staged. On
Money
American
money
warships.
means more
Than those boat
to the
drivers.
Venezuelans than the humans they are sacrificing every single day, it seems,
Heather
to try
Stewart,
to bring that crap into this country.
did you have a signal on 100.1, or was there country music playing instead of us, or did you have no signal on 100.1? Because we need to report that to our friends at the No Bull Network. Folks, Alan's record service, 578-6300. Let Alan be your go-to tow-to. Alan can get you from here to there from anywhere. If you're in Refugio, Goliad, Gonzales, you have an issue, you need somebody to tow you, Alan's record service. So that's 361-578-6300. Alan is your friend on the highway. USA Concrete Coatings, call Charlie Garcia. 578-HOME. Let Charlie come out. He can level, seal all the cracks, Put down a tough as nails polyurethane coat that won't crack, stick, peel, or fade. Make your driveway look amazing. Beautiful product, great company, great friends, and a great, great friend of the show. Palace Bingo. There you go. Palace Bingo.
December 11th. We will
Great
be there.
food, great opportunities. You'll love it. You'll love it. Well, where are all those questions? Listener, thanks for the shout out. It's not a shout out, it's a condemnation. Veracruz Restaurant, Veracruz today.
Caldo Wednesday today.
Caldo Wednesday. Veracruz. Get in for all the Caldo.
I've got the solution to this crisis. Nobody likes all the Somali pirates off the coast of Africa. Let's just call these guys Venezuelan pirates, and we're good. They're trying to commandeer our ships. They're trying to overtake our naval vessels.
Absolutely.
Then we're good. Then nobody's got a problem with it because they're pirates. They're not drug runners. That's the other thing. The left is defending a bunch of drug runners. Make that make sense.
I've got a listener that says it's a badge of honor to be under my skin. You're so far from my skin, you can't even imagine. You're what I call a useful idiot. You're not under my skin. I put you on the edge of the stage and I point at you when I say idiot. Idiot, leftist fool. That's what I do. You're nowhere near under. I love you. You're one of the best things that ever happened to this show because when I can just go, think like this person, that makes you stupid.
I'll give her credit, though. At least she engages. I wish many more would do the
I
same.
do too. I mean,
And she does ask some thoughtful questions at
I
times.
mean, I don't often agree. Well, see, the difference is Peter McNally is a contrarian. He's not an idiot. Half the stuff Peter posts, he doesn't believe. He's just trying to stir the narrative. But the left is so myopic that they can go, well, what's good for the goose is not good for Trump.
Technical
So that's a
glitch on the
problem.
No Bowl just confirmed there was a technical glitch.
There you go.
They're
Is
working
it-
on it to get us back on tomorrow.
Is it healed?
It will be by tomorrow morning. Yep.
There you go.
Oh, chicken caldo today. At
Is that right?
Veracruz. Oh, I've never had their chicken caldo.
And their regular beef caldo.
Yeah,
It's just
so,
cool
yeah.
enough that today's a great day to get in. Big chunks of potatoes and carrots. And
It's good soup.
Heather Stewart says there was country beauty. Okay, so there was a glitch. They had a
Yeah.
glitch. It'll be back on
It'll be back
tomorrow.
tomorrow, yep.
Maybe back on now.
So just got to sort it out. So, but anyway, I think that's my solution to the whole Venezuelan drug runners. They're now pirates.
Yeah.
And they're trying to take over vessels in the Caribbean. Because you look at the boats that they're driving, they're very much like the boats all the Somali pirates are driving over off the coast of Africa.
Adam-
Very similar boats.
Adam Daughtry, you suggesting, he says, I have a wooden spoon from here. You want me to like spank somebody? I'm not here to fulfill fantasies. I'm a happily married man.
Do we have to go there? Please tell me.
I don't know. I don't know who I'm supposed to spank. Some things are better left unvisualized.
Let's see what else is going on. A winter storm in the Midwest still causing all sorts of air and travel related
It's
issues.
winter. Next.
12 inches of snow. I mean, come
Oh.
on. You're in New England. Of course, you're going to get 12 inches of snow in early December, late November. It just happens.
But wait.
That's the crazy thing here. Let's be honest. This is the Northeast. These are the northern states. This is the Midwest where everybody knows about lake effect snow. But the media treats this like this is an anomaly. Like there's never been a winter before this year. And all of a sudden, 70 million people were affected from the Central Plains to northern Maine. Pockets of ice made travel dangerous. Ice makes travel dangerous all winter everywhere that has ice. This isn't anything new.
O'Hare
And it isn't the
Airport gets
first time.
8 inches. O'Hare Airport gets 8 inches of snow, breaking a November snowfall record set in 1951. But wait, isn't it hotter than ever? And aren't the
Well,
ice caps melting?
it just proves that in 1951 they had almost as much snow if this is a record
That's all it
snowfall,
means.
right?
It's
That's
a
all it means.
fluky one-day deal.
And a November snowfall record. That's misleading too because November's 30 days and this happened at the end of November.
Basically December.
Yeah. I mean, it's just, it's funny. Sub-zero temperatures in the northern plains and upper Midwest. Go talk to anybody. Go read any accounts of settling. Lewis and Clark moving across.
Sorry, Adam. He said just stir the pot
with
with
that
the
wooden spoon. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, it's
great.
It's ridiculous, folks.
no doubt. Scott Tomko says, "Hey, in Victoria, rain makes travel
Well,
dangerous."
because we have similar issues. That rain brings out the oils, and the oils cause slick roads, and then you hydroplane. This is like ice. Black ice is the worst thing you could drive on. You could be going straight. Telling Brett a story.
Part of being Canadian.
It is. You
Because
just
you Canadians have no problem driving on.
well,
that
you just let her go and let the black ice do its thing because there's nothing you can do at that point.
Jesus, take the wheel.
It's like skating.
Yeah, nice.
You just kind of let it go, and then when you hit dry pavement, you'll straighten out again.
Carrie Underwood sang that song. You thought it was a documentary.
Yeah, I thought it was a story of my life. Yeah. Major League Baseball. They always have a veterans committee, and they're trying to get, I think, Roger Clemens and Barry Bonds back, at least on the ballot, to be considered because they've been eligible and
Because
they've
of
never
the best
gotten the
players of their era.
and they've never gotten the vote threshold because of the tainted lineage, heritage that they've had because of PED use. Both players say they never have.
Just let it play in the background. It'll be good for us. So silly.
Lake in Mississippi in the humid summer heat. On a boat with my best friend Cletus, who was sleeping in the back seat. Well, the bites were slow.
Attention.
We were running
Attention
low
granted.
on chips and Gatorade. It'd been a long, hard day.
You know this one?
Felt
Oh.
a tug on the line and I didn't pay attention. It was spinning way too fast. Before I knew it, I was staring at a 10-pound shiny bass. When I tried to pull the fish inside, I pulled a muscle in my upper thigh. I was so scared. I threw my rod up in the air. Please take the reel, take it from my hands, 'cause I can't do this all on my own.
Cletus, take the reel, baby. Gives you a whole new
Yeah,
perspective.
it certainly does, doesn't it?
Amen.
So, yeah, I just think it's interesting that now that there's and listen to the players that are involved in this. These are guys that obviously don't have much of a problem with what Barry Bonds and Roger Clemens did on the diamond.
Between the lines, they were as good as there's ever been.
Hall of Famers: Fergie Jenkins, Jim Cott, Juan Marichal, Tony Perez, Ozzie Smith, Alan Trammell, Robin Yount among the 16 members that are considering an 8-man Hall of Fame ballot that would include Barry Bonds, Roger Clemens, a couple others, Don Mattingly and Dale Murphy. I think Dale Murphy should be in the Hall. Here's the interesting thing. He played in Atlanta when the Braves sucked and the Braves were on TBS all the time.
Yep.
Everybody had a chance to watch Dale Murphy play. Nobody wanted to watch Dale Murphy play because the Braves were so bad. If you would have ended Joe Torre's managerial career before he got to the Yankees, he's not considered one of the greatest managers ever. He was good. He got those Braves teams to 500 when they sucked.
John Anderson asked, what's the record low temperature ever for Victoria, Texas? 9 degrees Fahrenheit. That's minus 13 in Canada.
Yeah, that is.
9 degrees Fahrenheit was occurred in January and December in 1989. There you go.
Wait, before that was in the middle of the next ice age,
That
wasn't
was
it?
when the
That was
next
when they
ice-
were
yeah.
teaching us there was going to be an ice age. That was pre-Al Gore
Yeah.
global warming. That was the ice ages coming, and that makes sense then.
Absolutely. Peter McNally's still whining,
Yeah.
crying for the criminals. The boat took a hit and was on fire. I'm pretty sure they were wounded. We have no obligation to go rescue criminals and terrorists just because they're eventually going to bleed out or drown. Bye. That's all we
They're
need to do.
pirates, Pete. They're pirates.
Let 'em
It's
die.
okay. Let's go after them. They're pirates. They're not drug runners anymore. They're pirates.
Right. I don't know what Pete Strauss is asking. Would they have done it without the drugs?
They wouldn't have made that run without the drugs, I
Right.
think is what he's asking. Those guys aren't out in the ocean
Right.
streaming. Here's the thing. If they were out in the sea like that, streaming towards the shores of the US, They're not doing it in a 2-person boat. They're going to charge a bunch of money to load that boat up with as many people as they can and get them here, because instead of running drugs, they're going to be running people.
You think on those boats, those big pontoon
Oh
boats?
wait, I just gave Venezuela their next ploy to get the drugs here is to load the boat up with people too.
Can you? Yeah, Adam Daughtry, it was 9 degrees, but it felt like 7. Can you? Do you at the very end? Do you let a bunch of Haitians on like Expedia? Like we've got 2 seats left. They're only 500 apiece. Monica Joe says you got to feed the sharks too. No doubt.
Yeah, there might be some.
See, people
Yeah,
think
other
that we're heartless or that we're uncaring. At the end of the day, we're just becoming more and more intolerant, and the world does not want an intolerant right. We have let you push and push and push, and we've tolerated the LGBTQ.
I don't think it's even intolerance. I think it's the fact
issue.
that we're tired of being told what to do by people who don't live here, people
True.
who have the World Economic Forum, people who have other interests at heart, except for the best interests of this country. That's what it is. It's not intolerance. It's finally realizing, you know what? The world isn't looking out for the U.S. In the meantime, since World War II, the U.S. has looked out for the world. Don't get me wrong. We've done some pretty shady things along the way.
True.
Forced regime changes in Central America, tried to force regime changes or prop up regimes in Vietnam. I mean, let's be honest. We've done a lot of shady things.
Lots of covert stuff. And everybody we've ever employed, whether it be Osama bin Laden or the Chavez guy in Venezuela or Fidel Castro back in the day.
We didn't really have much to do with Chavez.
Well, we've given all these guys money through the years to, like you said, they're always available to the highest bidder. And then when we quit funding them because they were still doing shady stuff behind our backs, the next thing you know, they all turn on the U.S. Pete says we can't have a sensible discussion. What are we discussing, Pete? You're asking me if I feel bad about Venezuelan drug runners getting left at sea, shot at sea, blown up at sea, caught on fire at sea, eaten by sharks at sea. And the answer to all of those is no. I have no problem with that.
Make a better life choice and don't run drugs.
There you go. Well, that's all they've got, Ash. And it pays a living wage. I mean, I have no problem with that.
The left then complains that Donald Trump isn't doing enough to solve the fentanyl crisis in this country. Well, he's blowing up the fentanyl before it gets to this country. Now
Amen.
that's too much. You're doing too much.
Amen about that. Either one of you guys, especially the useful idiot, welcome to call anytime. Anytime you want to debate me on anything, call me. 894-4020. Love to do it. Love to do it. What are we going to do? We need to get
We've done a lot. I
we
mean,
need to get some people on here. I'm going to reach out today. I'm going to reach out and suggest that we now Pete's going back to war crimes in Vietnam.
Wow.
Totally different issue.
I think
Pete.
because I brought up some of the stuff we did back then.
No, there's no doubt. That was terrible. That was terrible. It was wrong. People had a breaking point and they broke. Terrible.
Well, and the French started all that. Let's not forget they.
Yeah.
It's coming from Venezuela through the Chinese, Tammy.
Yeah. The Chinese are propping up the Venezuelan government.
Breitbart's done a great bit on all of this and the connections between Venezuela,
No doubt about it.
the Chinese,
And a lot of cocaine coming from Venezuela.
and the Hezbollah.
Yeah. China, Russia, Hezbollah, they're all involved with Venezuela because the government is so corrupt. They took a beautiful country and turned it into really a dump. Can't debate a screamer.
Who's screaming?
Nobody.
Making points, that's all.
So what happens is when the left has nothing to contribute, they attack the messenger.
Yeah.
That's why Donald Trump's so despised. Doesn't matter that he's right. It's that he's Donald Trump.
Doesn't matter that things he's doing or trying to do are working.
Yeah.
They don't like the messenger, so they want to shoot him.
Why does the left want drug boats to succeed?
I don't know.
Why does the left
Great
want,
question, Linda Chris.
and for decades those boats have come and we've never arrested anybody. Is that what we should do? pull them in. Hey, come on in. Here's
Well,
a sandwich.
actually,
Here's a blanket.
They weren't running the drug boats. They were coming up through Mexico on foot in backpacks laden by people who were just coming here for a better life. Remember that?
Yeah. Who paid to be here and carry the backpack?
What's the latest I heard? Like 300,000 unaccounted for minors
Yeah.
that got through during the
left doesn't
Biden
care about
administration.
The
That whole
left
that
doesn't care about that.
that are we have no idea where they are because the Biden administration never kept tabs on them.
No.
And
They
that
don't
number
care.
is growing. I think at one point it was like 220,000. Now it's up to 300. It's just going to keep going up.
Folks, we love you even when you're wrong, especially when you're wrong, because it helps us have so much more to talk about. Have a great day. And don't forget to get the Caldo. And don't forget to go apply to work with Vita Cafe. Go get them. Bye.
Bye, folks.
Every bar around